Every renovation starts with a vision. A kitchen that finally works for your family, a bathroom that feels like a spa, or an added room that changes how you live in your home. But vision alone won't deliver results. The contractor you choose is the person who converts blueprints and ideas into reality. Finding the right contractor matters because they control quality, timelines, budgets, and ultimately, your peace of mind. A good contractor brings technical skill, problem solving, permits and code knowledge, reliable subcontractors, and clear communication. They protect your investment by anticipating structural or systems issues, recommending cost-effective materials, and preventing expensive mistakes. A poor choice can lead to missed deadlines, hidden costs, shoddy workmanship, safety hazards, and long-term headaches that cost far more than any initial savings. The stakes are high. A renovation affects home value, daily living during the project, and how safe and comfortable your home will be afterward. Consider two specific examples. First, a homeowner hires a cheap but inexperienced contractor to reconfigure a load-bearing wall. Without proper framing or engineering, the result is sagging ceilings, cracked drywall, and a costly structural fix. Second, another homeowner invests in a contractor with strong references and a transparent contract. That contractor coordinates inspections, sources durable materials, and finishes on schedule, resulting in a high resale value and minimal disruption. These outcomes illustrate why choice matters. Experts in real estate and construction often emphasize vetting credentials, reviewing past projects, and getting detailed contracts. Consumer advocates warn against hiring solely on price and recommend multiple bids and written warranties. At the same time, there are alternative viewpoints. Some homeowners favor highly affordable local tradespeople recommended by neighbors, accepting higher risk for lower cost. That trade-off can be reasonable for small cosmetic jobs. But for major renovations, the consensus leans toward reputable, experienced contractors. Challenges include differentiating between competent contractors and skilled salespeople, navigating licensing and insurance variations by jurisdiction, and managing your own expectations about cost and timeline. Finding the right contractor also connects to other renovation steps: setting a realistic budget, planning design details, securing permits, and preparing for living arrangements during work. In short, your contractor isn't just a hired hand. They're the central partner in turning your renovation goals into a safe, beautiful, and lasting result. Choose wisely. Start by defining exactly what you want. Describe the spaces involved, the finishes you imagine, and the outcomes you need. Not just kitchen remodel, but whether you're reconfiguring the layout, replacing cabinets, upgrading electrical and plumbing, or creating an open plan. Clarify whether structural work, permits, or historic preservation will be required. This clear description becomes the foundation for every conversation you'll have with contractors and prevents costly misunderstandings later. Establish your budget upfront and be realistic. Your budget should include three parts: a baseline for known costs, a contingency for surprises, and a separate allowance for design, permits, or temporary living expenses if needed. Saying, "I don't want to spend much," isn't enough. Give a numeric range, and be prepared to share whether it's flexible. Contractors need a target to recommend materials, scheduling, and trade coordination. Without a budget, bids will either be unrealistic or wildly varied. Rank your priorities. Decide what matters most: quality of workmanship, timeline, lowest price, high-end finishes, energy efficiency, or staying in the home during work. Priorities will guide trade-offs. A contractor who specializes in fast turnarounds may not deliver the highest-end millwork, while a boutique firm focused on craftsmanship will likely cost more and take longer. Make a short list of non-negotiables versus nice-to-haves so contractors know where to allocate resources. Two real-world examples. A homeowner who prioritized staying in the house chose a contractor with strong site protection protocols and phased scheduling, costing slightly more but avoiding hotel bills. Another prioritized design excellence and selected a design-build firm that provided cohesive plans and selected premium materials, which reduced change orders later. Both cases show how scope, budget, and priorities shape contractor selection and project outcomes. Experts often stress that well-defined scope documents and simple sketches reduce ambiguity and attract better, more accurate bids. However, be aware of challenges. Many homeowners either underdefine their goals or change them mid-project, inviting delays and extra costs. Some contractors may push for vague scopes to allow costly extras later. To avoid this, get scope and budget expectations in writing and insist on allowances for decisions not yet final. Defining scope, budget, and priorities connects directly to later steps. It informs where you advertise, which contractors you interview, and how you compare bids. It's the lens through which estimates, references, and contracts should be evaluated. When you start searching for contractors, where you look matters. Research sources are the foundation of finding someone reliable, skilled, and fair. In plain terms, this step is about casting a smart net, gathering names from trusted referrals, verifying reputations through online reviews, and checking local listings for licensed and insured professionals. Each source gives a different piece of the puzzle: personal experience, public reputation, and official standing. And together they help you sort promising candidates from risky ones. Begin with referrals. Ask friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers who have done similar projects. A referral isn't just a name, it carries context. You can learn how the contractor handled scheduling, cleanup, communication, and unexpected issues. For example, a neighbor who renovated a kitchen last year can tell you whether the contractor honored change orders and stuck to the agreed budget. A friend who replaced a roof can warn you about recurring problems or praise excellence in craftsmanship. Referrals often surface smaller, trustworthy contractors who don't heavily advertise but do consistently good work. Next, use online reviews and ratings to corroborate those referrals and to discover new options. Sites like Google, Yelp, and industry-specific platforms let you see patterns across many jobs. Look for contractors with a steady record of detailed, recent reviews, rather than a handful of glowing or scathing isolated comments. Pay attention to responses from the contractor. Professionals who reply respectfully to criticism often take accountability and customer service seriously. For example, if several reviews mention good communication and on-time completion, that's a positive signal. If you notice repeated complaints about poor cleanup or missed deadlines, that's a red flag. Local listings and official registries add another layer: licensing, insurance, and any complaints filed with consumer protection agencies or the Better Business Bureau. Municipal contractor registries and state licensing boards provide verifiable credentials. This matters because a licensed contractor is more likely to meet legal, safety, and insurance standards, crucial for major renovations. Challenges include biased referrals, fake online reviews, and outdated listing information. That's why cross-checking across these sources is essential. Together, referrals, reviews, and listings connect to the next steps: interviewing, checking references, and verifying credentials. Use this combined research to build a short list of 3 to 5 contractors worth interviewing in depth. Step 3 is where the promising names on your list become real contenders. Vet candidates thoroughly. Start by confirming licenses. Ask each contractor to show active, relevant state or local licenses and write down the license numbers. A license means they've met basic legal and trade standards, and it gives you a way to verify complaints or disciplinary actions with your licensing board. Next, verify insurance. Request a certificate of insurance that names you as an additional insured for the duration of the project. You want both general liability to cover property damage and workers' compensation to protect you from claims if someone is injured on the job. If a contractor hesitates or can't produce documents immediately, consider that a red flag. Qualifications go beyond licensing. Ask about trade-specific certifications, manufacturer training, or trade association memberships. For instance, a roofer with GAF certification or a kitchen remodeler who's NKBA affiliated likely follows industry best practices and has access to better resources. Request references from recent jobs similar in scope to yours, and follow up. Speak directly with past clients about timeliness, communication, budget adherence, and how issues were handled. 2 concrete examples. When hiring for a bathroom gut and rebuild, prioritize a candidate who shows recent bathroom project photos and a tile contractor certification. For a whole house renovation, prefer a contractor with a proven project manager and structural subcontractor contacts. Portfolios are critical visual proof. Ask to see before and after photos, project descriptions, and contactable client references. Look for consistency in finish quality, attention to detail, and projects that match your design tastes. If a portfolio shows only glossy marketing shots without problem explanations or constraints, ask detailed questions. How were unforeseen issues managed? Were permits pulled? How did the budget evolve? Keep in mind opposing viewpoints. Some homeowners worry strict vetting will eliminate good, small contractors who operate under the radar. That may be true, but skipping verification risks major financial and legal exposure. Another challenge is falsified documents. Always cross-check numbers with issuing bodies and call listed references. Finally, link this vetting to later steps. Your verification shapes contract terms, payment schedules, and the contingency planning you'll include in your written agreement. Thorough vetting reduces surprises and gives you leverage to demand clear communication and accountability throughout the renovation.